What's up, YouTube? Thanks for checking out the second weekly installment of Shoot Straight with TacticalAdv, your weekly firearm defense and pro-freedom news summary. We have a few great topics to discuss this week. The first would be the candidate for our new gun segment this week is the Chiappa Triple Threat Shotgun. The Triple Threat is a 3-inch magnum chambered break action 12-gauge shotgun with a fairly obvious difference from the norm you would see. It has 3 barrels. The Triple Threat, which debuted at SHOT Show this year, is a very interesting new concept in the coach gun niche. The break action keeps this gun very compact, coupled with the 18.5-inch barrel, leaves this gun with a total overall length of about 35.5 inches utilizing the buttstock. The buttstock is also convertible to a pistol grip by a simple disassembly, which would yield a 27.75 overall length when it's disassembled into the pistol grip state. The shotgun is delivered with a full set of rem chokes, which is actually really nice. And this should allow this platform to be tailored for several applications. The firearm is produced by a Turkish manufacturer and imported to the United States by Chiappa. And this looks to be a pretty unique offering in the defense shotgun world. The MSRP for this shotgun is $629 at the time of this report. The very interesting part about this is a 3-barrel break action shotgun is not something you're going to see every day. So it's definitely a pretty interesting endeavor. So, you know, is 3 really a crowd when you're talking about 3-inch Magnum 12 gauge? Next, let's take a look at the political landscape for the week. Earlier this week, Representative Jim Bridenstine from Oklahoma took a much-needed stand on the House floor. During his short but epic 1-minute expression of truth, Mr. Bridenstine referenced several of the scandals surfacing with the Obama administration. Some of the reference issues were the administration's sale of firearms to drug cartels, the deceptions and attempted cover-up of the Benghazi attacks, as well as phone record seizure and surveillance of free press members. The government's federal utilization of the IRS to target political opposition was also mentioned. In closing, Mr. Bridenstine alluded to the president's dishonesty, incompetence, vengefulness, and lack of moral compass. This speech culminated with Mr. Bridenstine's direct concern on the current administration's ability to lead. Thank you, Congressman Bridenstine, for having the courage to represent the people of your state by verbalizing the unpopular truth. Another big win happened this week for the people of Colorado. On June 5th, a petition was turned in to the Colorado Secretary of State requesting a recall vote in regards to Colorado Senate President Jim Morse. The petition carried 16,046 signatures, which was more than twice the amount needed to begin the recall process. Once validated, Colorado could see a new vote as early as August or September of 2013. Senate President Jim Morse has been embroiled in backlash since the implementation of strict and seemingly unconstitutional gun control measures enacted earlier this year. The grassroots effort proved to Colorado politicians that the people have had enough of false representation. If the recall takes place, it will make history in Colorado as its first recall vote in history. Congratulations to Rob Harris and the Basic Freedom Defense Fund for letting their state government know that we are citizens and not subjects. Next, we're going to start a new segment of the Shoot Straight broadcast that'll be going on weekly. And that's a blurb for law enforcement or news or anything of that nature within the law enforcement community. This week, for our law enforcement segment, we'll be taking a look at the firearms manufacturer Smith and Wesson. Smith and Wesson Holding Company recently announced that the San Antonio Police Department has adopted the M&P 40 pistol as its new duty sidearm. The San Antonio Police Department is one of the largest law enforcement agencies in the United States with over 2,100 sworn officers. The contract represented an order of 2,600 M&P 40 pistols, which will also represent the largest agency contract in the state of Texas for Smith and Wesson. Congratulations to Smith and Wesson on executing this contract amidst some serious competition. And for our last story of the day, we're going to take a look at a new ammunition offering being brought to market by Winchester. The 17 Winchester Super Magnum has debuted as a new rimfire cartridge offering extreme velocity and high energy retention, which stands the chance of changing the rimfire world as we know it. This speeder has been reported pushing a 20 grain projectile at 3,000 feet per second and an alternative 25 grain bullet at 2,600 feet per second respectively. Energy levels of 400 foot-pounds and 375 foot-pounds place this round head and shoulders above any other available rimfire loads in terms of terminal ballistics. For reference, the energy yield of the 17 Winchester Super Magnum comes in at a whopping 150 foot-pounds higher than the much beloved 17 HMR. The energy yield is also on average of 60 pounds higher than the most aggressive 22 Magnum loads. Winchester also claims that the drift and drop rates surpass the 17 HMR by a factor of 50%. Keep your eyes open for firearms chambered in this cartridge soon, and hopefully a new level of performance and accuracy for rimfire shooters. Thanks for joining us for our second episode of Shoot Straight with Tactical Advantage. Please visit us next week to stay on top of your firearms, self-defense, and pro-Second Amendment headlines.